Hey, Laura JeH, after an incredible weekend here at Soul's Path Retreats, which is where the original Soulshine Festival took place in 2021, when I was introduced to a community that is now part of my home crew because I moved to be near where the people that I love are, whom I met here through this community. So Soul's Path really has a special place in my heart. And that is why I am so excited and grateful to say that what I really want today is to say that later this year, here, I am hoping to actually gather. That's one of the cabins that are on the rise side. And the shine stage, or the shine side, is over on the other side of the trees there, where there are more bunkies like these ones that are rented out for events that happen here. And I want to say that in this center here, we're going to actually be calling on the Eye of Horus, such as what is in the sky, to say that I am the capstone that becomes the cornerstone when I allow myself to be relegated to the third party position in my own story, which means I allow another to tell my story for me, so that it is then my shadow that is spoke of, because now I am no longer the one in the sun, nor could I be the one that was the sun, or the sum of my parts. Because if I allow myself to be defined by the hues of me instead of the whole of me, then I'm always going to be a house divided into and onto myself, which I do not believe is in our best interest. And in fact, I think it is seeded from those most early years when we were being formed within our family unit. The traditional family unit is called a nuclear family. What kind of war were we always taught would end us? The nuclear war. We just weren't making the connection between the nuclear family model that is isolated and insular and will cast out the odd man out if the odd man out doesn't have a bridge to bring us back in, which is where I want to introduce the concept of Borromean ring relationships. A Borromean ring is actually where there's three equally overlapping circles, which mean there is an area of connection that is shared, and then there are each independently areas that are able to have connection without the need for the other. But in a dysfunctional relationship, the rings are separated, so one is connected to each who then need to go through the other. And that is where it becomes a goal post to shift and say that it is important for each of the three to have access to each other without the other being required. And yet we also want to make it so that we don't forget the need to honor all who heed the call to be themselves and express their needs, but to learn how to do so in more healthy and functional ways without needing to suppress, and then express in a violent or turbulent kind of way. So we're going to be actually practicing these skills. This is going to be a life skills experience of actually building community in real time, in real life. But we're going to do it as a casting call, so that it's going to be filmed and it's going to be part of the documentary called How We Did It. And when you ask what it is, well, we speak to the res publica of the public thing or public affair that the republic is based off of. And we say that there may have been good principles present within the republic, but if it is the republic, then it is bringing us into the mixed war again and again, because we fail to see the mixed war is between the public and the private. What is private is in my heart, not to be shared with another until I dare to make what is private until expressed public, and then the public have access to it. So instead of going the way that I came, I'm going to go the other way instead, for it would be a shame to only see the same things if we have the option to go two ways, and yet still wind up at the same location. So I'm going a different way, and that means I'm actually going to be able to play with Gaspar, who is here to star as the one and only him who came here to be himself too. So this is the teepee of the knots and lashings being an education there, because it's important to know how to tie your knots and get your lashings. Gaspar, what was your favorite part from this weekend as the star of your own life?
As the star. All the beautiful people I got to meet that I didn't know before, that are all on their heart mastery. Woo!
Heart mastery, what is that? For someone that's never heard of such a thing.
Communing with conscious, frequency aligned humans, that we could feel safe and stable enough to open our hearts to what we're really here for. Every time our communities gather for these festivals, this is your future for those who are ready, willing, and able to partake in what it takes to keep a conscious community pulsing, flowing, and growing.
Beautiful.
Woo!
Wow.
Reminded me I got to go on the Royal Tour 35 years ago in an MG that I was told would work, that I picked up in San Francisco, drove all the way through North America. I don't know how I did it, with a partner in an MG that's so tiny. And then we had to go on faith that this car was actually going to bring us back to Toronto.
Wow.
That was a miracle in itself, how all the sequences of events, even the mechanics that showed up and saved the day and got the next stage
Oh my
going.
goodness.
But the best part of all was I got to experience conscious community.
Right.
Woo!
At the places you stopped.
All the places that I stopped, sacred spaces, temples, but the best, always the best, are these live communities that are clustered all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I got the North American tour, and it totally transformed my life. I was literally meeting teachers, masters, and bona fide saints for what they've gone through in order to build that community and their soul family. So,
Wow.
ooh, I said too much. I went over.
No, you said just enough. Gaspar, absolute pleasure and honor to share this weekend with you.
Thank you for letting my
Yay.
Kundalini activate. You make it so easy.
Oh, good. Yay. Okay, sweet. Ciao, my friend. Thank you. Pardon?
Invite them to come and draw.
Invite them to come to draw where and what?
Anything on any surface that's what chalk is so good for.
Oh, okay.
So I'll play all day with the kids in the house.
Wow. Okay. Whew. I guess chalk is removable and doesn't really technically destroy the thing that it was done onto, so no harm done. All play, no foul. The innermost tent of the heart is where we start getting back to mastery of ourselves. So, with that being said, an event is coming. I suggest you save the dates of October 26th and 27th, but it's not confirmed yet. So, it's going to be an epic gathering of conscious community to make connections that are heartfelt with life skills training in live arenas. We are the gladiators who are here to star in our own lives on this place that we call planet Earth. Planet T, yeah, that's you and me, baby. We came here as starseeds to seed our own kind to kindness. And so it is time for us to remember how to be us, instead of the metaphoric them that draw us into the public again and again, when we could just remain private and learn how to respect one another's privacy while also learning how to play nicely with one another and tell stories about one another using the empowered storytelling method if it suits you. pick what works for you, but I want to share it with you, which is what I intend to be doing October 26th and 27th. So I hope that you will choose to join me, whether it is a hybrid event of virtual and in person. I have yet to decide, because it is not me alone who will decide, because now I see the value and need for the team of those who are willing to work together, instead of it just be one who is leading all the others. If we are able to actually get ourselves in the proper seats on the metaphoric bus that is taking us to the common place, well, then we can all stand in our strength and come together and connect from that place without diminishing another for being in a different place in another area, and to also be respectful of the fact we do have our own strengths. And it is time for us to be willing to not just accommodate our weaknesses, but actually share them without wanting them to be the excuse that gives another reason to pity and treat you as other than you are, which is a varying level of capacity that reflects the legal person, in fact, as well as the body itself that is overlain with the personhood that becomes the hood or cap, reflective of capitis diminutio maxima, media, or minima, that is placed over us who allow the corpus of another construct to overlay us. Which is then when I ask you to leave a comment down below to let me know if you've ever heard of either the global trust corpus or the global spiritual corpus. Is that the devil's antlers? Well, I think those are two with a few valleys in between that represent us who lean down, bow down to be knighted by some man claiming to be king, when he got nothing on me and ain't part of my genealogy, nor does he have superseding access or powers or privileges over the lands that I claim I am one of not just the heirs to, for I would not want that to be the error that took me down onto my knee to make me bow to a souveraine that places me under true queen, when I don't want no pas queen under no queen is my preference. If Ren and Roi are the ROI that we didn't see, the return on investment or the return on interest, that we are able to pull out of an experience if we see the Roi for what he is, a man who is part of the clan of us, not humanity. For humanity is a construct created by the Bible that placed its bullahs or seals over the throne that we see a man or woman take and then say we have to bow to the one who gets to be the decision maker and issue letters of marque or letters of commission for private citizens to step forward and do bad things on behalf of the one sitting in the throne that agrees that it is okay so long as they get some and you get a piece of the pie too, for your willingness to, your loyalty to the crown. You get a little reward for that, a prize, as per the mark that was placed on our life, because we didn't see the fictitious nature of titles, statuses, and personages, or personhoods.